Here we call it the Manger Square. Okay? But the main attraction is the Nativity Church. And this church was built by an emperor, his name is Justinian. And that was exactly in the year 540 AD. Okay? So it is now about 1,500 years old, this church that you see it in front of your eyes. Okay? So remember, this is the Justinian church. But inside, closer. Inside, so I know everybody now thinks it's a very old church, but I can promise you inside we're going to see traces of an older church. Because we know the first church ever built over this spot was built by an emperor, his name is Constantine, and was dedicated by his mother Queen Helena, and that was exactly in the year 339 AD. Unfortunately, we lost the Constantine church because it was destroyed in the year 529 by a group of people called the Samaritans. Made a revolt at that time, destroyed most of the churches right here in the Holy Land. Okay? So after it was destroyed, Justinian came, built this church that you see it right now. Here, look to this first door, we call it. You can see the large stone, the lintel of the door over there. This is the main door of the Justinian church. This is from the year 540 AD. Used to be the original door. Okay? If you go down where you can see the arch, you can see the policeman, where there's an arch. This is the door from the Crusader period, 12th century door. Okay? All the tourists that you can see them right now going through a small door here. This is this door that we're going through right now, and this is the main entrance for this church. This is from the Turkish period, the Ottoman Empire. Okay? We call it here the door of humility, so that people, when go inside, bow as respect for this church. But also at that time, it has a defensive mechanism in a way, because people used to go inside the church on their horseback. So to prevent them from doing so, they made the door so small. You're going to see it once you are inside. Okay? Would you like to have a group picture? We have this gentleman who...
All right, you two. Let me get a picture of you going down there. Take that penance.
It has been changed. Okay, everything is the same. Okay, except for the roof. The roof has been changed more than once. Okay, but everything else, this is from the period 540 AD, the Church of Emperor Justinian. We call it today the Nativity Church. Right now, because this line will take us a little bit of time to reach the grotto. As I told you outside, we have the first church ever built here, was built by an emperor, his name is Constantine, 339 AD, and then it was destroyed. But in the year 1934, while checking the bases of this church after an earthquake, accidentally we found the original floor of the Constantine church. A very beautiful mosaic floor, very beautiful geometrical designs, and this is what you're going to see over there, where you can see the wooden doors. You can see the wooden doors over there, 3 feet down from this level. You're going to see the original floor of the Constantine church. Okay? What we're going to do right now, I'm going to send you, let's say,
5 at a time.
8 people at a time, okay? To go over there, to take photo of the mosaic of the Constantine church, and then come back. When they come back, the other can go, okay? Just to keep our place right here in the line. It is divided today between 3 Christian communities. We have this part that you see here all under the control of the Greek Orthodox Church, okay? Then we have a small part controlled by the Armenian Church, and the third part by the Roman Catholic Church. Okay? But this, all what you see, is the Greek Orthodox part. I don't know, you have visited the Holy Sepulchre Church in Jerusalem? You've been there? Tomorrow. The Holy Sepulchre Church is divided between 6 Christian communities over there. Plus what I've mentioned, still they have the Copts, the Syrian Orthodox, and the Ethiopians who came from Africa, okay? But here we have 3 Christian communities controlling this church.
This is Greek Orthodox?
Yeah, this is a Greek Orthodox, and you can always tell that this is a Greek Orthodox church from the oil lamps, the icons that hang everywhere in their churches.
What's the name?
The arch where we came in or the door, where was that?
This is so. You have seen the large stone, the main door of the Justinian church. In the middle we have the arch. This is from the Crusader period, the Crusaders' door, 12th century. The small door that we came through, this is from the 16th century, the Turkish period or the Ottoman Empire. The door of humility, remember this name.
Excuse me, does anything remain from Helen's church?
Okay. Yes,
Does
ma'am.
anything remain from Helen's church?
Yes, and now I'm going to let you see. As I promised you, we're going to see traces. Once we go to that line over there, I'm going to send you to see what left from the first church, the Constantine church, okay?
Now these oil lamps are...
Yes, oil lamps that you see them.
Constantinople mosaic. The mosaic of Constantinople. We need to be Constantinople. So here I am. And they found this. And we have an earthquake here in 1934. Hopefully you can hear me.
This was in the year 614. The Persian army, who actually Iran today, Persia, came to the Holy Land, and actually their invasion was very destructive because also they destroyed the churches here in the Holy Land, including the Holy Sepulchre Church that you're going to visit today or tomorrow. It was destroyed by the Persian army at that time. So what you're gonna see over there, the Holy Sepulchre Church, mainly from this building, the structure mainly from the Crusader period. Okay, but this is why I tell you this is the oldest church still intact right here in the Holy Land, because the Persian army came and wanted to destroy this church. But we used to have a mosaic picture outside this church, the west facade, the way that we came in. We used to have a mosaic picture depicting the three Magi, or the three wise men who came from Persia. So when the Persian army came and saw this mosaic picture, as a respect for their ancestors, they prevented from destroying this church. So they thought it's holy for them, okay? Anyway, and that's why how this church was saved, because of this mosaic picture depicting the three Magi or the three wise men. And unfortunately we lost it, it's no longer right here. David, until the captivity, and from the captivity until the birth of Christ, where we have 14 generations each. Okay? That's why we have the 14-point star down there. And this is the place where Jesus was born. Okay? So, you can take photos, and then exit will be on the other side over there, the small part. And this part belongs to the Armenian church. Okay? So once you finish, please, everybody wait for me at that part over there. When you visit guys from this door who sells candles, $3 each. The tradition here is you light a candle from the place where Jesus was born, put it off, and then when you go back, light it again in your houses, so it will be blessed for you and your family. So if you would like, we have a priest to the right who sells these candles.
The grotto where Christ was born, here at the Church of Nativity in Bethlehem. Above there they have the Last Supper. And Virgin and Child. And then there is the depiction of what it would have been like.
This was brought from Russia. This car was all brought from Russia in the year 1767 as a gift to the Nativity Church. Of course, always behind this iconostase we have the main altar of the Greek Orthodox Church. This always is, okay? So you can see the main altar of the Greek Orthodox Church. But the most important is from Russia.
Hold it, Patty.